Hi everyone, it's Jacqueline, registered dietitian, and today we're talking about how to keep your snacking in check. If you're human, you're most likely struggling with snacking or overeating during this quarantine, and it's completely normal. So we have to strategize to try and maintain some level of a healthy eating pattern. So I wanted to talk about first setting up a routine. You want to kind of stick to the same eating patterns that you had prior to your quarantine. So most people eat breakfast, lunch, or dinner at about the same times every day. So in your normal workday, you probably had some kind of schedule that you kept to. You want to try and do the same thing during your quarantine. The next step is to, if you're really struggling, keep a food log and jot down everything that you're eating during the day. So you could use just a standard pen and paper, or you can use an online app to track your food. And what that'll do is really help keep you accountable, and you can reference back what you've already eaten for the day and really ask yourself, am I hungry? Am I just bored? What emotions am I feeling? Are there certain triggers that are just making me want to eat out of boredom? So just really think about keeping a food log if you're really struggling with this. Sit down at meal times and turn off the TV, put your phone away, and really be mindful of enjoying that meal, in a calm setting. Ultimately, you have to have healthy meals and snacks available to be able to follow a healthy diet, right? So in terms of meals, we'll get that out of the way. I strongly recommend prepping your meals in advance, or at least having healthy ingredients ready to go so that when it's time for mealtime, you have something to work with. Vegetables prepped, cooked, ready to go, some whole grains, things like brown rice or pasta, potatoes, and any lean meats, maybe you have some chicken marinating, or even it's already done and ready to go. That'll just facilitate putting a well-balanced meal together. In terms of snacks, and that's what we're here to talk about today, I have some basic ideas, some things that my family enjoys. Now keep in mind, I haven't been to the grocery store in 6 days. So for me, in a normal environment, that would be a really long time for me not to return to the store. So this is all stuff that I just already had in my refrigerator or in my pantry. So I'm gonna start with my fresh fruit. Fresh fruit is the first thing to go. Now these berries are starting to lose their luster, so we've gotta eat them today, and believe me, we'll have no problem going through these berries. And so we have to think about other things that we can have on hand in our pantry. So this is a fruit cup, it's pineapple, it's in its own juices, no added sugar. So you wanna make sure that you're just getting a plain Jane fruit in your fruit cup. Unsweetened applesauce. My kids love applesauce. We can barely keep this in the pantry, but I always get the unsweetened stuff. And I'll even enjoy an applesauce if I'm running out of fruit. For something along the same lines in terms of sweetness, if you're wanting something sweet, I love a yogurt with a few pieces of dark chocolate. I just have a few pieces of dark chocolate mixed in there, and I love this before bedtime. Sweet and salty, I have some walnuts and some raisins. You can do like a trail mix if you want to add in some cereal in here, or you can just keep it as is. A note about portions. So if you're really struggling with eating excessively, or just you're not even sure, how much you should be eating, try to portion out what you're going to have for the day in advance. So that way, when you're ready to snack on something, you're not eating out of a bag or out of a box. I have like my walnuts and my raisins already portioned, ready to go. I take them with me and I enjoy them, and I'm out of the kitchen. The next thing I love is basic cheese and crackers. It doesn't get any simpler than this. And this is something that my kids love too. So we will typically enjoy this together. Rice cakes. I love using rice cakes as a vehicle for just about anything. For me, rice cakes are savory, they're crunchy. I just love them. So I typically will have them with some kind of either almond butter or peanut butter and some fruit. Here I just have almond butter with blueberries, and this works well also for something like avocado, or if you have hummus or anything else on that you have on hand, cheese, one of my favorites. Also, one of my favorites is these single serve guacamole cups. These are fantastic. They last quite a bit in the refrigerator. These actually don't even expire until May, so I've got a whole month to use this guy. But it works well with some whole grain crackers. They also sell them with hummus, single serve cups, so these are great. And I even used one of these in a recipe that I created a couple days ago for the shrimp tacos. So you could certainly have those on hand for a healthy snack. Raw veggies never go out of style with some kind of dressing that you can dip them in. And baby carrots last quite a bit in the refrigerator, so I like to have those on hand for me and my kids. Here's just two different nut butters that we use in our house. I always go with the natural peanut butter or natural almond butter. And then of course, fresh fruit. Here I just have some one avocado and some apples, an orange, and some tomatoes that I could either use in a sauce or I could slice up for a salad. So those are just some basic ideas. So the important thing to remember is to establish set meal times, keep a food log if you're really struggling with over snacking. Remember to stay hydrated, drink plenty of water. About 8 cups a day is, typically adequate for most people. And have healthy ingredients prepped for mealtime and have healthy snacks available and prepped in advance so that you can actually consume them when you're ready to eat. Don't forget that sleep is really important and plays a role in hunger and cravings. So if you're not sleeping well or long enough, you're gonna be probably experiencing more cravings or feeling a little bit more hungry. So have a regular routine where you go to bed and wake up at about the same time every day. Don't forget to take care of yourself with fitness. That keeps us motivated, relieves stress. It also helps to keep our immune system strong along with a healthy diet. If you have any questions, please always remember that you can reach out to me anytime. Thank you so much for watching and stay well.